So good morning, guys. Sun is in my eyes, but today I'm going to be working on this bed right here. There's a lot of blank spots. There's a lot of things that just are not working for me, so I'm going to go ahead and start ripping out a lot of the annuals and reassessing this bed. It looked good in the beginning with the idea that I had in mind, but then it didn't complement the other side, which is behind me here. Another topic for another day. But today I'm going to rip out all the annuals, and then we're going to start trying to implement some more structures, much like as shrubs and stuff like that, and start from there and see where this bed takes us. So I'm going to get to ripping out the annuals, and then we'll see where we're at. Okay, so there's a lot of shadows here because the sun's right behind me, but you can kind of see now all the holes that I have here. This is a dahlia that I have been waiting for it to bloom, and literally this main stalk comes down to here. This one's here, but this one back here got extremely floppy, and I don't know. But I know this area gets enough sun because I had zinnias growing over here and it was perfectly fine. The main struggle I'm finding is I have a really part shade section right in here. So what I did purchase was a viburnum that is semi-evergreen that could handle this situation. But now I'm wondering, do I really need it there? So we're going to be thinking about that as we move along here. But a lot of things are just not working for me, and I don't really have a game plan here, and I really want to move these dahlias out of here. There's actually another one right here and there, and clearly they're not in the right spot, so they really need to get moved too. But what do you do? I mean, I don't know. And then I've got these celosia, and it's like I feel like I've invested so much time, but I think I might just pluck these up and move them out into another bed that I have and let them continue on and bloom out there. But just to get them out of my way, I might do the same with these dahlias just so I can get them out of the way. So I think I'm going to start that. And there goes Harry. So next. So I've got a gateway eupatorium over here with Joe Pyeweed. These grasses, the Verbena bonariensis lollipop, and then I have a baby Joe, which had a hell of a time with me when I first got it. And then I have some geraniums here. I'm not sure that I'm loving these in this area, so they're gonna go. Persicaria, golden arrow. I love Persicaria, but I'm not sure that this one's going to stay in this area specifically. What is that? Well, it's an interesting looking moth, something. And then I just looked up the name of these. This could potentially be a noxious weed for me. I'm not sure, but the pollinators love it. They're not over here right now, but the flowers are beautiful. The structure of the plant is beautiful. So as long as I keep it maintained and it doesn't take too much out, go crazy on me. This is not powdery mildew. This is literally hard water spots that just accumulated and dust because Rob is out on the mower. And then I'm also using a lot of Salvia caridana. I love this variety of salvia. It's my go-to. And then that one is a Nice Hysops Black Adder, which I'm going to be using in this area as well. I've got one more up the bed away. I'm going to move down and probably clump that one because I love the amount of pollinators that it attracts. So when these go out of bloom, the caridana, which they kind of don't, they continuously bloom. These are younger plants. These ones will be coming on pretty strong, so we'll have that nice mid-level. These get about 2 to 3 foot tall when they're in bloom. Back there is a toad lily. It's going to get moved. It'll just get lost in the mix here. So, and this banana tree really needs to be moved, but I don't have a spot for it right now that I can get it right into the ground. And it's got babies coming up. So this is a big clump forming banana. It is hardy here to zone 5 or zone 6. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The mother 8. They're just gonna be a ton of them in this area. So just doesn't work for me for this bed, but we'll see. So I kind of got distracted. My phone died. I thought I was actually recording, clearly wasn't. So what I did do wasn't caught. Go figure. Then I had to go and return a bunch of tables and chairs from our housewarming party. So that took about an hour and a half. And then I had to take back the ornamental grasses. So I got the 2 ornamental grasses, tried placing them in here. They just were not working. They didn't look right. I love them and I will add them into the landscape at some point, but they're just not going to be in right now. So I'm going to turn the camera on and show you what I did do, what I picked up in exchange for those grasses, and kind of let you know what I'm going to be picking back up tomorrow. So here's where we are at. I took back the grasses, and what I got instead was, I said more rosandronium, so I just went ahead and picked them up. Love, love, love. Let's see if I can capture this. Everybody's seen rosandroniums. They're endless bloomers, and they'll just look really, really great. And then I also picked up an inkberry holly. It felt like, in the long run, that either side of this archway, I'm tired, guys. Archway will need something to get you to come forth besides just the path. I felt like it needed it, and I felt like it needed something evergreen. So I'm going to go ahead and get another one of those later when I go to replace the pot that's sitting there, and go ahead and put one in there, and then maybe do the same on the opposite side of the arch as well. But anyway, so instead of the banana tree, I'm going to go ahead and put in the Winecraft Black Smoke Bush, I believe. The Black Adders, not coneflower, Nice Hysops, I think they're going to need a lot more sun than this area is going to be able to give them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these guys and replace them with the Blue Paradise Phlox, which I have 6 of them. I already kind of planted 3 of them over there, but I'm going to go ahead and plant them over here tomorrow. And then I broke up the verbena clump that was already there. Boys! Okay, this is a father and son fight here. Stop. Okay, back to what we were saying. I dotted the verbena in. There was 3 plants in each one of them, so I moved 2 into this area and then 1 over here because I want the bed to have that airiness and repeat what's on the other side. Got the grasses in. I did shear back 1. I'm debating if I'm going to shear back these other ones. I have 3 of the caridana salvia, a rosandronium, the verbena. This is Persicaria golden arrow. Yes, remember the name. We did plant the verbena in the back, so that's the oak leaf hydrangea that was behind it. I took that out. I'm going to go pamper it and put it and hide it somewhere else. I swear this pagoda dogwood is alive. It was a really dry area, so I'm going to go in and I'm going to mend it a little bit further once it goes dormant so that it holds more water, and I'm also going to create like a little bit of a bank right there to kind of keep some more soil back there so it has an opportunity to catch water. Gateway Joe Pye weed, which will get about 4 to 5 foot tall, which will be nice because it'll give it a nice layer when this gets really big. It'll be topping it about the fence. So will that, and then that'll be just a nice step down, as well as the smoke bush. I think I'm going to go ahead and place another one of these in this section. I'm not quite sure yet. Still feeling this area out and trying to figure it out. I reread the tag on this lilac though. That's got to get moved. I didn't realize how tall it got and how wide it got. I thought it was a dwarf variety. Clearly, I need to read better. So that'll be getting moved as well. But so far, it doesn't look like much. I get it. I feel like it's going to come together. I'm going to pick up some more drifts in here. I am going to get another one of these Persicaria. I don't know about tomorrow, maybe this week. I hear that they're going to be doing a big sale, so I'm leaving a space right here and to be able to pick up a few more for the other side and for up the way a little bit. The smoke bush is the only thing that I am debating on if that's going to work there because of its size. I'm just not sure. But we're going to pick back up tomorrow and see what I feel when I wake up and relook at it. So, all right. Good morning. It is day 2 of the bed rework. Took some time to think about it last night and realized I'm working in too small of a section, and that's why it doesn't feel right to me. The reason it doesn't feel right to me of what I've done is because I have a large expansive bed to be doing. Oh my gosh, I have not had enough caffeine yet. I have a large expansive bed to be doing. So I need to be thinking in larger drifts, and that's why I'm thinking that it's just not working, because it's not going to match the rest of how the garden ebbs and flows. This section would be a odd take on some of the more modern gardens I've seen, which is fine, but yeah, it's not. So I'm gonna bulk up some stuff here and remove some stuff. And then I do have to switch out 2 things. Like I said, I was gonna switch out the agastache and the phlox. I've got some other stuff in the back that I keep forgetting that I have. Plants that I will continue in some drifts. I still have to work on the mid-height part. So I'm thinking I'm going to bring in maybe a hibiscus or 2, because I've got those 2. The goal is to not spend any more money. We'll see how that goes. But for right now, I'm going to get the camera set up. I'm going to start evaluating what I have going on and start moving some stuff around into where they're supposed to be. And then from there, we will talk about some more options. took the dive and decided to go ahead and just uproot the banana tree and get it moved. This is a hardy banana tree, so it is hardy from zone 5 down yonder. I don't see why it wouldn't come back in like zone 10. But it's Musa Bangio. I have it sitting out over here. I'm going to get it into a different spot, but in order for me to really visualize what's going on over here, I really needed it to be out of the way. Plus I needed to put a grass in where it's at. So they have a very shallow root system, which is really great because it doesn't require too much to move, but you don't want it to sit out very long. I will show you real quick what I'm talking about though. So as you can see, I don't have very much root ball here. It's not too big. There's Harry, but it's throwing out some babies. This main trunk may or may not die depending on how the winter goes, but I will have these younger ones that will be able to move your butt. These younger ones, which there are about 7 of them, to come back. So what I'm thinking is maybe actually putting them over right in this bed. I have a birch over there that needs to be moved. The tomatoes will be moved. Everything else is fine. But this should transplant perfectly fine. We're early enough, and I'll just keep it watered. And we're actually supposed to get some heat today, so that'll help along the path too. But they're super easy to take care of. I just throw some leaves over it in the fall, and then she'll be fine. They should get about 10 to 14 foot tall. Mine didn't this year. It needs more sun, but back to what we were doing. Well guys, I'm gonna wrap it up to where I'm at right now. Kind of give you an overview of what we've got, what I still need to get, and some decisions that still need to be made. I did add the inkberry holly. This is a firebird coneflower that I took out of this bed. I'm gonna go ahead and move it and put it somewhere else for now. I have a random clematis that I'm not sure what variety it is. I did tuck the viburnum in the back, moved the oak leaf hydrangea over. Have the smoke bush, planted 2 grasses, debating on cutting them back so they can get reestablished a little bit better. The verbena there. I'm going to pick up a couple more, 2 more of the golden arrow persicaria for this section. We have the salvia caradana here, a group of 5, another random verbena just so it self-seeds. Baby Joe, the swear it's alive but go to dogwood. This is a plant that I'm just not going to move right now. I'm going to move it in the spring because I did take some time to get it established there early on, and I just don't want to risk having it being lost. I'm going to pick up another creme brulee coreopsis for this area to tuck right here, and another baby Joe to put actually over in this area as well. I transplanted some really sad looking of the purple leaf geraniums, which will be there. I then went to the extent of moving it back even further. This section, I'm not quite sure what I'm doing yet. This is a tricolor beech tree that just does not like itself, like it there. I'm gonna move that into the backyard here in the fall, but there's some GMs in this section that I think it's more of a short-lived variety. I'll be lucky if they come back next year. Fingers crossed, they're a red blooming variety. I tucked in some lavender, so when you're walking down the area, you can brush by it. This is the Sweet Romance by Proven Winners. I then added in some more of the, these are a coreopsis. I can't think of satin, cream uptick. That's what it is. Cream uptick coreopsis. These are the Mai Tai GMs. Sorry, these are some plants that came out that I got to go get situated. I'm going to leave the shredded umbrella plant. This area is still undecided. I think I'm going to add in maybe another group of phlox that I have out back. Not quite sure. These 2 plants right here are the anise hysops black alder. I think I might tuck one right up there. I'm thinking it might get too much shade in that section, so I'm going to rethink that. Still debating. I added in these Veronica that I had, which I think play really nicely with the Mahogany Monster Coral Bell. And that's kind of where I've stopped. I think, by the way, those are Gatsby Girl hydrangeas. They look a little pitiful, except for this first one looks really, really good. they need to get more water to them, and we're going to be replacing that window with some block. We have the block, just haven't done it yet. Another project. But this area, I got to figure out what I want to do. I need some grassy texture up here as well, I believe. Let's pan out just a little bit. You can see the mess I have going on. This is about to get all cleaned up. But it's a new bed. It's newly planted. So we have to figure out the height here for the layering. I'm going to think about some plants for that and go from there. But so far, I'm really happy, other than I'm just not sure about these geums. Thinking those geums might not stay there. And then I have some random lilies. These are Forever Susan. They're a black and orange one. They're actually really pretty. It's actually more of a purple black when they're in bloom. But it is what it is. So far, I'm happy. Just got to get the few extra plants that I need, which I'll pick up this week sometime. But I figured this is becoming such a long video that we should probably wrap it up, because I'm getting a little tired of this area as well. Sometimes you need to step back and refresh and get some ideas. But so far, I really like these Veronicas right up here. I think that was a really smart move. And then I love these Coreopsis. I'm really hoping those take off. I think the lavender was a good choice too. But there's some contrast. That's the main thing. And then this will fill out, hopefully, a lot next year. But all right. So that is going to wrap up this video. I know it's a bit of a mess. I'm a little rusty on this whole video taking thing. And frankly, sometimes you just got to jump in, see what you can get done, and then pray for the best. That's where I'm at. But I need to get some mulch, clearly, because I have disrupted a lot of this. But I'm really happy with how it's coming out, and I hope you're enjoying this, and we will check back in on this area when I make some more decisions. So we'll see you later. Bye.